Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christine and this is Just Christine. For today's video, I'm going to be planning for the week of May 26th to June 1st. And I'm using this kit from Sadie Stickers called Pollinator. This is in her gold foil. And on the quote box it says, "The hum of bees is the voice of the garden." So those are the full boxes. Here are the functional boxes. And then we have the layering pieces. This is the bottom washi date covers and headers. And then we have the florals. This is in her washi paper. I also grabbed this deco page from her deco bundle. And then this is the foil sampler sheet. And then as usual, I also grabbed the alcohol ink swatches, which is also in her washi paper. Yeah, so if you guys are interested in this, please stay tuned. Okay, so first off, I'd like to apologize for being so very MIA, missing in action. For the last couple of weeks, I've just been having this creative mental block and I haven't been able to kind of brush it off. So therefore, instead of me kind of pushing myself to plan, I decided to take a little bit of a break. I know I should have mentioned something, but it's just one of those kind of like mental break that I really needed. I've also been kind of out of it with the with Instagram, but hopefully I would be a little bit more present in the next couple of weeks, though the crazy holidays is going to start soon. But I feel like the holidays tends to give me a little bit more of a break here and there, because like I'm indoors more, so I get to do more things inside the house rather than us always being out and about during summertime. So anyways, as I've been saying, I am in a little bit of a creative funk, especially when I did this spread, which is the Pollinator spread from Sadie Stickers. So I kind of went super simple. And when I say super simple, I mean like I went old school on this. I didn't really go crazy with the decorations. I have my full boxes in neat little rows, and yeah, my day-to-day is very simple as well, which it's not a bad thing. I've been kind of thinking outside of the box lately, and I think that's what's kind of screwing me over, is that I want to do something different, plan after plan after plan, but at the same time there's just really so much my brain can process. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why I'm having this creative mental block. But yeah, it kind of doing something simple and just as pretty, I think, helps. So I have been kind of going a little bit more simple with my spreads. I don't even know when was the last time I posted. I think my last post was probably my haul. If not my haul, it would be my September setup on my B6, which I totally love. I really love the kit that I used for that week. Oh, for that month, or for this month, the September month. But yeah, enough of the setup. So here are the full boxes. So like I said, I went very simple with the full boxes. I just did it the way that you guys see it here. It's just in like, there's no pattern or anything. I just wanted to make sure that I have the full boxes that I want, like this quote in the middle. So then I just put the other 2 full boxes on the top side and then the bottom side. I also went really simple with the sidebar, which I did vertical rather than horizontal. I don't think I've done that this year, so like I said, very simple. But yeah, so here is the base layout of the spread. And I think the only thing I do here is add in the headers, and then after that I go with the day by day. So this pollinator kit is in light gold, and I also bought the add-on for the foil sampler sheet, but the foil sampler sheet is in regular gold, so I don't really know why that is, but it's kind of like all the different golds is starting to affect my brain. So I wish that there's just one specific gold that everybody uses, like all the shops, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, so let's start with the day by day. On Monday is my evening shift. I start work from 11:30 in the morning until I can either be finished around between 8:30 to 9 o'clock, just depending on how busy I get. Monday is always such a busy day, and there's just nothing in this world that would make Monday not busy, because it's the first day back from work. If we were open on Sundays, I don't think Mondays would be as busy, but since we're not, then Monday is definitely a busy day. So before this, I did go to Tim Hortons to grab my breakfast, which is 95% of the time it's always going to be an extra large steep tea, which is just regular orange pekoe tea and a bagel with peanut butter. That's definitely my go-to breakfast when I am working. And then on this day, I also posted my plan with me, which usually goes up at 9 o'clock on Mondays. But since I've been a little bit off schedule, sometimes it would go out on a Tuesday or on a Wednesday. It really stresses me out when I don't post it on Mondays at 9 o'clock. So then I tend to kind of just push it back and then push it back, and then next thing I know, it's like the week has restarted all over again. So yeah, it's a vicious cycle of my brain just needing to be perfect all the time, I guess. Tuesday morning, unfortunately, I woke up with a migraine. And usually when I wake up with a migraine, it's because I didn't drink enough water at night. So I try to make sure that I get all my water intake throughout the day so that it would help. Tuesday was a pretty slow day, so then I did end up finishing a bit early from work, and my family and I ate dinner at our favorite Thai restaurant that night. And I also finished one of the books that I was reading, which is called Murder at the Polo Club. I am very into cozy mystery novels, and I binge read them like you would binge watch shows. So if you guys ever have read any good cozy mystery novels, definitely let me know, because I am always on the lookout for good cozy mysteries with a lot of books in the series. Okay, and then on Wednesday I did kind of sleep in, because this is another one of those days where I start late and finish late. And since I did sleep in, I wasn't late for work, but then I was kind of rushed getting ready for work. I like to kind of take my time to get ready for work, but when I do sleep in, it's harder for me to dawdle in getting ready. But I did still manage to get breakfast on this day, and I was done a little bit early. I think this week was a pretty slowish day, not as slow as, like, it's not slow, but it's slower than usual. And so therefore I was done a little bit early on this day, and since I was still kind of reading my book, I started a whole new book. I just kind of sat back, relaxed that night, and read my book. I just don't remember which book it was. It's probably the same series from the previous book that I just finished. But yeah. And then here I'm just decorating. The florals that I got here is a washi paper, and I really, really like the washi paper. I don't know why I still buy the premium matte, because I really like the washi paper florals a lot better than the premium matte. So most likely moving forward, when I do buy my kids, I probably get the washi paper, unless I get it from the mystery subscriptions. Okay, so on Thursday is usually my morning shift. I have to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. I know that's not super early for some people, but 7 o'clock in the morning for me is definitely way too early. I always say if I am awake before the sun, then it is definitely too early. And this day was a little bit busier than usual, because Thursdays is usually our slower days, but compared to the other days, Thursdays was pretty busy. But I was done early. I'm done early. If I start early, I'm definitely going to be done early. And then that night, my husband took me out on an ice cream date thing. I think we were both craving for Baskin Robbins, so we went to a Baskin Robbins near us, and we had ice cream that night. I usually so there are only a few flavors that I actually really, really like from Baskin Robbins, but my go-to in the last couple of months has been their strawberry ice cream and their French vanilla, or is it just vanilla ice cream. And I know it's very, very basic, but that two flavor is definitely my favorite. I don't like vanilla separate, and I don't like strawberry separate, but together it's so good. I would also get Jamocha almond fudge if I want something a little bit more mocha coffee-ish tasting, or I would get the Snickers if I want a little bit more chocolatey with caramel. Yeah, so those are like my 3 go-to. And then on Friday, sorry, I went a little bit out of tandem there with talking about ice cream. So now I kind of feel like I want ice cream. But yeah, on Friday I was actually working on this day. It is our monthly meeting. We have a meeting at work every single month. We talk about just, I guess, production stuff. And I feel like it's always the same thing. I've been at my job for like 5 years, and it's just a cycle of repetitiveness. I mean, it helps for the newer people, obviously, but for me, since I've been there for so long, it's definitely becoming more and more repetitive. Since I am working specifically on that day, I actually had to open the office and close the office, so I was done quite late. And then my husband and I just decided to go to Oshawa Center to walk around. And then we had a dinner at a Filipino restaurant. It's the first time we've ever had it's the first time that we went to that restaurant, and it was pretty good when they first opened. Unfortunately, we've gone back since then, and it's not as good as it was the first time we had it, which is really, really sad, because I feel like this happens to a lot of restaurants where like it's so good in the beginning, and then after a while they're what do you call that? Like, their cooking is not as good. I don't know if they change ingredients or it's just not up to par, I guess, if you'd like to say that. And then after that, we just went home, obviously, after dinner. And on Saturday, I did sleep in. And since this is May and it's springtime, so the weather is still kind of very finicky here in Toronto. And the funny thing is, I put a note here that we went to the mall. It's called Scarborough Town Center. But it was cold and windy. So the fact that I put cold and windy, it must mean that I was cold on this day. The funny thing is, I am not the type of person to get cold fast. I grew up here in Canada most of my life. I came here when I was like 5-ish, and yeah, I'm pretty much used to the cold. So when I get cold, it actually is pretty cold for a lot of people. That's what my family says, because I don't tend to get cold fast. But yeah, so it was cold and windy on that day. And then at night, I also set up my June monthly in my B6, which is like my Bujo, which is a B6 from, oh my gosh, plannermonkeyco. I believe it's plannermonkeyco. She actually has a sale going. Oh, actually, the sale might be done. I'm doing the voiceover on September 19, and I'm posting this on the Monday, so therefore the sale has probably finished, which is, I'm really, really sorry, but if you got a chance to buy from her, definitely check out her planners, because her planners are really, really good. And then at night, I decided, well, not that I decided, at night I started reading The Ninth House. And I don't remember what that book is about. This is the reason why I write down things that I read, because I have the worst memory. I could literally be like reading 2-3 books at a time, and I would sometimes get those 3 books mixed up. I think The Ninth House is the one with Leigh Bardugo, I believe. Let me just actually search that. Sorry, give me a second. Yes, it is actually Leigh Bardugo. It was a pretty good book. It was the first in, I believe, a duology, and yeah, it was kind of weird in the beginning, because the setup was kind of weird, but then as you kind of read along the way, you tend to kind of get the feeling of the book, and then it starts to become really good. Leigh Bardugo is actually a very popular YA author. I just never really gotten that much into her books, but a lot of people really, really love her books, which I can see why, because it's also very well written, and it's like the world building is also very, very amazing, but I just could never really get into her books, and I don't know why. So her other really popular series is the Shadow and Bone trilogy, which is actually now a Netflix show. So if you guys ever like those kind of like book to shows type of shows, then definitely check it out. Okay, on Sunday we went to church, and then my little niece visited us, so that's always fun. My husband mowed the lawn, and usually when he mows the lawn, I tend to help out a bit. And then that night we also had dinner at Scatterbouche and Dimitri's. I believe this was just me and my husband, so therefore I consider that as a date night. Scatterbouche is just this Italian restaurant near our house. I'm pretty sure it's a chain restaurant. And also Dimitri's is a chain dessert restaurant, dessert place. Both are really good. If you just want like a quick nice meal, then definitely that is some place that you should go to. And Dimitri's also is a pretty good place. We've gone there multiple times. It's one of it's like waffles or crepes with fruits and or ice cream or whipped cream and all that jazz. Yeah. So this is basically my whole entire week. It's a very slow week, and yeah, my voiceover is just really bad. I'm so sorry, guys. I feel like I'm very monotone in this voiceover, and I totally apologize for that. I'm a little bit rough around the edges, and I don't know. I feel very monotone. Let me know if I am. So here I just kind of decorate the spreads, and then that's basically it. Yeah, so if you guys like this video, don't forget to like this video and hit that like button. See, I'm so off of it. Thank you. Bye.